Well, here we are once again swimming upstream, and girls, look, I finally did it. I've got a man. I'm only borrowing him. I have to give him back at the end of the show. But I'm very glad to be able to welcome you to the Swimming Upstream radio show, and extremely glad to be able to tell you that today we are talking to Board of Directors member Michael Petty, right?
Right.
Well, see, say your name.
Michael Petty.
I did it right.
Right.
So
You did it right.
It's
Perfect,
really
Dorothy.
But I had actually asked Michael to come here because we have some here in this place where I live. We have some members of the Lions Club, and I have been impressed with two things. One has been what very devoted members of it, and how they don't miss meetings, and they are there to help people. And then I am impressed with the help that's available. And so I asked Michael to come. He came. And Michael, hi, how are you?
I'm just great today. The sun is shining. It's beautiful outside. The sky is blue.
You know it doesn't.
And I'm here with you, Dorothy.
Oh, see, I picked up on that right away. So anyway, but I was a little surprised as we talked about it, how little I actually know about the Lions. I know that they've been around since I was a year old. That since the world was new and all, which is a long time. But why don't you fill us in a little bit more?
Sure. Lions Clubs International was started in 1917 in Chicago by a businessman by the name of Melvin Jones, and he brought some of his friends together, and they created Lions clubs.
And do you remember why it was Lions? Why did they pick that?
That, Dorothy, I don't know why they picked that particular name. But in 1920, the association became an international organization because they got the clubs right across the border in Canada to join the group. And at that time, there was 23 states had Lions clubs. And there was a total of about 6,400 members at that time.
How many are there now?
1.4 plus million.
Wow.
In 200 countries all over the world.
And you know what's amazing about that is that in general, these service clubs have been on the way out. What do you think the Lions Club has that the others don't?
Well, one of the things that we have is dedicated members who are in the club to provide service. Our motto is we serve.
Yeah.
And so that's exactly what we do. We have a lot of projects. We do a lot of things. Central to what we do is our work with vision. And in 1925, at the International Convention in Cedar Point, Ohio, Helen Keller came to that convention, and she addressed the convention and challenged the members to be Knights of the Blind in the crusade against darkness. Vision became our very central goal and area of concern. Since that time, we've expanded to a number of things: environment, hunger, children, a number of things. But vision has always been at the forefront of what we do and what we are concerned with and how we serve our community.
Well, how are you able to help? It strikes me as really unique that you're able to actually get this kind of assistance out to people.
Well, as I said, our particular club started in 1935 in Olympia. We have currently
I didn't realize you were saying that. I was thinking it was the national club, but this is just our little club. The very one you go to.
The very one that I'm a member of. I've been a member of that club for 18 years now, and it started in 1935. We have 82 members at the current time. It's kind of gone up and down, and we're on a growth spurt right now. We've just this year had 14 new members join our club. 59% are women, Dorothy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's, but and I do know, we have some members here, and I see them finding out to go to the meetings regularly, and they don't miss much.
No.
They're there.
No.
So, what attracted you? Though 18 years ago was a while, what attracted you?
Well, at that time, I was just retiring from my work with the military, and my good friend Lloyd Sell talked to me, and he said he had already talked to me earlier about joining the club, and I wasn't in a position to be able to do that at that time. And as soon as I retired, he got a hold of my arm, and he didn't have to twist very hard, but he said, "Would you like to participate in an organization that provides service?" Mm-hmm. And I'd already been involved in some vision issues with the Madigan Foundation. And I said, sure, that's something I want to do. So I joined the club and got involved in what the club was doing with vision.
Mm-hmm. Well, it really strikes me as unusual too, that people want to help. They want to give service. They want to account for something. And for instance, there are many people that are, as you get older, it's very hard to find how to do something that really will matter. And this is a case where you're actually helping people.
Right. We do. We have a lot of different projects that we do to support the community in a lot of different ways. Our major focus, of course, has been our Low Vision Resource Center, and
what happens there?
Well, let me talk about the Low Vision Resource Center just a little bit.
Why don't you talk about the Low Vision Resource Center?
I think I will.
Why don't you do that?
In 2007, some of our members, one of them was a fellow by the name of Carl Corbin, who was very sight impaired. He felt that we needed to do something to provide greater assistance to people with low vision in Thurston County. And so the whole idea got started, and Carl and Karen Sell and Jan Weatherly of our club got together, and they established a area in Lacey. Our first office was on 6th Avenue in Southeast in Lacey. They applied to NIH for a grant, and they received a $10,000 grant from them to do education in the area, to get the word out, to let people know that there is opportunity and resources for people with low vision. We did some open houses. We did some workshops. We advertised on the side of buses going around town. And sure enough, we began servicing clients with all kinds of equipment that we had. Some we purchased. Most of the equipment that we received were donated to us from people who didn't need it any longer, or organizations that had closed their operations.
Well, it strikes me that there must be quite a bit of medical assistance and support too.
We are not medical in our place. We don't do anything. We do no diagnosis. We can't prescribe glasses, but what we can do is assist people who have vision impairment and are looking for ways to improve their daily life.
And how successful have you been doing that?
Well, I think we've been very successful. Of course, we would like to be able to open up longer hours and all that kind of stuff. But we have probably 250 to 300 pieces of equipment out being used by people with low vision. Some of the folks have had our equipment for 10, 15 years. And it's still working. They're still using it, and it makes a difference in their lives. Our club, a few years ago in 2017, decided that the Low Vision Resource Center was going to be our legacy project. That was what our main focus was going to be. And with that, we agreed that we would find a location and lease some space. We were fortunate enough to be able to have space that was on a month-to-month basis.
And that's great.
So when somebody needed, when the people that were leasing that to us or renting it to us found a buyer for it, or if somebody's going to lease it long term, they said, "You guys got to move. You got to move."
Yeah.
And so we did. We moved a couple of times, and finally in 2022, we moved to our current location at 2600 Martin Way East
Lacey.
in Lacey. Well, actually, it's still in Olympia.
Really?
Yes. It's
I
on,
kinda
on the
know where
corner
that
of
is.
Martin Way and Phoenix. And it's in the Arc Plaza. There's a number of suites there, and we're in Suite G. We initially went to Suite C, and that was on a month-to-month basis. And then we moved over to G, and we're there. We just signed a lease for 2 more years at that location. And it's just a very good location for us. It's on the bus route. So people who need to get around by bus can find us. And in fact, I think we have one of the slides that we could show that shows what the front of our building looks like.
Is that the one?
That's it.
Isn't that? And so if you're looking at this, there it is.
There it is. 2600 Martin Way East, Suite G. It's on the right-hand side, and you can see the Lions logo at the top, and then in the window at the right, there's another logo right there. That's our open sign.
Yeah, Jason, he knows what he's doing.
He sure does.
So, well, do you mostly help adults or children with the low vision problems?
Well, most of the work that we do are with adults.
See, I had expected it would be the other way around.
No, people who are losing their sight as they get older often get macular degeneration
True.
and other retinal problems because of diabetes. And so they're the ones who all their life have did the newspaper and read their books,
Right,
and did all those
right.
kinds of things. And losing their eyesight means that they can't do that any longer.
I know we talked to many people here that are in that situation.
And we have the kind of equipment that can help them get their life back.
That's wonderful. And I want to be sure people know, how do we get in touch with, how do they do, here's the little catch-22. You got to find somebody that isn't already in Lions to see the show, but we can make a copy of it available to, if they would like to have it.
Absolutely. Wonderful.
Somebody. Tell me why you love it. What do you feel so good about the time you've spent in Lions?
Well, there's many days that we don't have any clients come in and we're working away, but when we get a client who comes in and says, "You just gave my life back to me because of this piece of equipment," I'm telling you, what you feel in your heart, it almost makes you cry. And it's a wonderful feeling. And that kind of service is what Lions are all about. We provide service, and of all kinds of ways.
So it isn't just vision.
It's not just
vision. Here you happen to.
This happens to be
vision
is what we're working with right now. Our club raises funds and provides things to Little Ed Schoolhouse, the Union Gospel Mission. We support their eye program at the Union Gospel Mission. Right. We give them funds every year, and there are the food bank. We support the food bank and the warehouse, and we provide every year when we have our big apple sale in the fall. This last year, I think we gave 150 boxes of apples to the food bank to be distributed. However they want.
Where did you get them?
We buy these apples from Wenatchee.
Oh.
And we buy 40-pound boxes. They cost $50. They're Fuji apples. They last a long time.
Yes, they
delicious.
do.
and you can't beat it. There, you can't find Fuji apples for $1.25
Oh,
a
yeah,
pound.
absolutely.
And so that project helps us fund all the other things that we do, because we realize that pretty good profit from that, and that way we can support the Low Vision Resource Center, and we can give funds to the Union Gospel Mission and other organizations that we support. So it's the service aspect. We have a lot of fun in our club meetings. On Tuesday, I got to tell you, when we meet on Tuesdays, we have 25 or 30 members there, and we have a speaker every Tuesday, and we have just a wonderful time. 1 hour from 12 to 1 on every Tuesday. First Baptist Church, downtown Olympia. Anybody's welcome, and but that's only part of it. That's only part of it. The other part is doing the service projects that we do and seeing the faces of people that are really impacted and are having a great time and improving their life because of the little things that we can do.
And so you said an interesting thing there is the little things that we can do. So they might not be such big things to you, but to this other person, maybe they make a lot of difference.
Absolutely, absolutely. We might provide them with a handheld magnifier that they didn't have before, that they could put in their purse or carry in their pocket, and that will make a difference. We have some training programs where we teach people how to use their smartphones to great effect. The accessibility tools on smartphones are just incredible now. They do all kinds of things, and there's apps that people can download on their phones that allow them to read papers for them, identify people who are in the room if necessary, read the barcode on products and tells them exactly what's in that particular can or bottle or box, and right there in their hand with their smartphone.
With the it is interesting. We had some folks on just before you came in who we've been talking about the fact that older people now use phones more than young people do, and they use them to see,
Right.
for accessibility and that kind of thing.
Right.
So it's really, it truly is a brave new world, because I'm thinking back to when I was young, and none of this would have even been dreamed of.
No.
Just Dorothy, that's silly, that kind of thing. So now it looks like we've managed to use up our time, and so I think what you should do is you should say something. Oh, I know, people who have not fully had a pen and pencil out would like to know how to get in touch with you. How would they do that? And let them know if they want a copy of the show is available to them. They might like to have it. So
first of all, our Lions Eye Line, the telephone number is 360-790-8667. You can always call that, leave a message, talk to the person who answers the phone, Karen, and ask questions or let us know what you want. You can look at our webpage. Our Lions webpage is Olympia Host Lions, all together, LIONS.org. And from that, you can click on the Vision Care. And that webpage is olympiahost-lions.org/low-vision-resource-CTR and that will take you right to our Low Vision Resource Center webpage. There's also a place there that you can donate if you want. All of our operations are run by volunteers on a donation basis, and we get donations from clubs and individuals, and we write some grants each year to help fund what we do and to buy equipment when we need it.
What do you say to the person who's watched this and said, "But they wouldn't help me. I couldn't do that"?
They couldn't do that. You mean come to visit?
Yes.
Um,
Maybe, I don't know, maybe they don't get around them much, but a lot of people are very shy. They're afraid. It's like if they reach out into the world, something bad will happen.
Well, it's amazing once you understand that there's so much out there that helps people with low vision. There's a whole state organizations. There are other Intercity Transit has some bus buddy things, so you could go on the buses if you needed that. Um, we don't have a way to provide drivers or any that kind of stuff, but we do have pieces of equipment that would help.
That's really wonderful. I'm so glad you took a few minutes. I know you're usually busy, but you took a few minutes to talk with us today, and I'm sure it'll be worthwhile. What if they wanted to talk to you personally? Would you talk to them?
Absolutely. Absolutely. If they call that our I-line number and leave their number, I'd be happy to call them and talk to them individually, personally.
I find that a lot of times people feel like they have a friend that makes a difference.
Yeah. Our operation is open from Wednesdays from 10 to 2 and Saturdays from 10 to 2. We mostly take appointments, but we'll take walk-ins also.
Okay, that's really great. Well, thank you.
And we can always use more people to help us. We'll train anybody.
Yeah.
We will train anybody that wants to provide a little assistance to people with low vision. And it's very rewarding work.
Is there anything that like elderly little people can do? Because I know so many of the folks that live here would love to help with something, but we're a little limited.
Right. Our day-to-day storefront operation is a little difficult for somebody that is frail. We have some heavy equipment that needs to be moved from time to time. And so normally we have 2 people there. At least one of those individuals is pretty strong. And can take care of those kinds of things. But if people wanted to help, all they need to do is talk to us and say they would like to volunteer, and we can figure out what to do.
Well, that is just wonderful. And I want to thank you again for being here. This is Michael Petty, and you guys are working miracles every day. No, you provide service.
We do.
Okay, great.
We provide a lot of service. We're proud of that, and we have a lot of fun doing it.
That is really good. And this has been well, it has been our show. You know that today, every time I have gone to say who it was a product of, I can't remember. That's what happens when you get old, young man. Oh, this has been the Swimming Upstream podcast, and I'm Dorothy Wilhelm.